Have you ever felt trapped in your own body, like the simple act of standing up from a chair has become a mountain to climb? I want you to picture this. John, a vibrant 65-year-old, once hiked the Grand Canyon with his grandchildren. Now just 3 years later, he needs help getting out of bed. What happened? Did aging suddenly accelerate? No, the truth is much more alarming, and it's likely happening to you right now, in ways you don't even realize. By the time most people reach their 60s, they've already lost 30% of their leg strength. But here's what doctors won't tell you. It's not just age that's stealing your independence, it's the hidden habits you've developed over decades, habits that are silently destroying the very muscles that keep you mobile, active, and independent. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 most dangerous habits that are sabotaging your leg strength after 60. These aren't complicated medical conditions. They're simple, everyday actions you probably did yesterday and maybe even this morning. Stay with me until the end, because the last habit is something almost no doctor will tell you about, yet research shows it might be the most devastating to your mobility. Plus, I'll share the 30-second daily ritual that has helped hundreds of my senior friends regain the leg strength they thought was gone forever. Are you ready to take back your independence? Let's begin. Habit number 1, sitting too much. The silent killer of your leg strength isn't what you're doing, it's what you're not doing. Margaret, a 72-year-old retired accountant, called me last month in tears. I was playing with my 5-year-old granddaughter, she told me, her voice breaking. She asked me to chase her in the yard, and I couldn't. My legs just wouldn't move fast enough. Margaret spent 40 years at a desk job. Now she spends her retirement watching TV, reading, and sitting at the computer. All told, she sits for about 14 hours every day. Here's what's happening inside your body when you sit too long. Your muscles begin to atrophy, literally shrinking after just 48 hours of reduced activity. The longer you sit, the more your body gets the message that your leg muscles aren't needed. As a result, it stops maintaining them. Even more concerning, research from the Mayo Clinic shows that extended sitting causes your body to produce fewer lipoprotein lipase enzymes, compounds that help burn fat. With less of these enzymes, fat accumulates in your blood and around your muscles, further weakening them. But here's the good news. This damage is completely reversible with one simple change. Movement breaks. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. Simply stand up and walk around for 2 minutes, 3 minutes every half hour. That's it. This simple habit signals to your body that your leg muscles are essential and need to be maintained. Margaret started setting a timer on her phone. Every 30 minutes, she'd stand up and march in place, do 5 gentle squats holding onto a chair, or simply walk to the kitchen and back. Within just 3 weeks, she noticed a remarkable difference. Yesterday, she told me with pride in her voice, I chased my granddaughter around the yard for 5 whole minutes. The solution is simple, but don't be fooled. This habit is powerful. Studies show that taking regular movement breaks can increase leg strength by up to 15% in just 1 month. Have you noticed your legs feeling weaker after long periods of sitting? Type "move" in the comments if you're going to try movement breaks starting today. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment habit number 1 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Habit number 2, avoiding stairs. I'll just take the elevator. Stairs are too much trouble. How many times have you said these words or thought this to yourself? This seemingly innocent choice is actually one of the most harmful habits for your leg strength after 60. Let me tell you about Robert, a 68-year-old former construction worker who lived in a second-floor apartment. About 5 years after retiring, Robert noticed his knees hurting when he climbed the stairs to his home. His solution seemed logical at the time. He'd simply avoid the stairs whenever possible. He began taking the elevator, even for just 1 floor. Within 6 months, Robert couldn't climb the stairs at all, not because of pain, but because his legs had become too weak. What Robert didn't understand was that he'd fallen into a dangerous cycle that physical therapists call the disuse spiral. Here's how it works. When you avoid stairs because they're challenging, your body responds by reducing muscle mass in your legs, particularly in the quadriceps, which are the primary muscles used when climbing stairs. As these muscles weaken, stairs become even more difficult, causing you to avoid them even more. The spiral continues until simple activities like getting up from a chair become monumental tasks. The science is clear. Stair climbing is one of the most effective exercises for maintaining leg strength. A study from McMaster University found that adults who regularly climbed at least 10 steps daily had leg muscles that functioned similar to people 10 years younger. So what's the solution? Start small. You don't need to tackle entire flights of stairs immediately. Begin with just 2-3 steps, several times a day, holding onto a railing for safety. Gradually increase to 5 steps, then 10 as your strength improves. Robert began his journey back to strength with just 1 step, repeated 10 times each morning and evening while holding the railing firmly. After 3 weeks, he could manage the entire flight to his apartment, slowly but without stopping. Today, 6 months later, he climbs those stairs twice daily and has even started hiking gentle trails on weekends. Remember, your body follows a simple rule: use it or lose it. By intentionally incorporating stairs into your daily routine, you're sending a powerful message to your body that these muscles matter. Has avoiding stairs become a habit for you? Type steps in the comments if you're going to incorporate more stair climbing into your week. Habit number 3, wearing the wrong footwear. Have you ever thought about how your shoes might be sabotaging your leg strength? This next habit might surprise you, but it's one of the most overlooked causes of declining mobility after 60. Eleanor, a 75-year-old retired teacher, loved her memory foam slippers. They're like walking on clouds, she'd tell everyone. She wore them constantly around the house, which after retirement meant she wore them nearly all day, every day. What Eleanor didn't realize was that her comfortable shoes were actually weakening her legs with every step. Here's the surprising science. Your feet contain specialized nerve endings called proprioceptors that communicate with your brain about your body's position. These nerve endings need to feel variations in the ground to properly activate your leg muscles. When you wear heavily cushioned or completely flat shoes, these signals become muffled. Over time, this leads to muscle atrophy in your feet, ankles, and calves. Dr. Emily Splickle, a podiatrist specializing in senior foot health, explains it this way: overly cushioned shoes are like wearing noise-canceling headphones for your feet. They block the vital information your brain needs to properly engage your leg muscles. This isn't just about comfort, it's about safety. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who regularly wore shoes with moderate, not excessive support and minimal cushioning maintained up to 30% more leg strength over a 5-year period compared to those who wore either very soft or completely flat footwear. The solution isn't complicated. Alternate your footwear. While specialized orthopedic shoes may be necessary for some conditions, most seniors benefit from rotating between 2-3 different types of shoes throughout the week. Include at least 1 pair with moderate support that allows you to feel the ground beneath your feet. Eleanor began splitting her day between her beloved slippers and a pair of comfortable but less cushioned walking shoes. For about 3 hours each day, she wore the firmer shoes, even just around the house. Within 2 months, she noticed significant improvements in her balance and the strength in her calves. Take a moment and look at what's on your feet right now. Are they helping or hindering your leg strength? Tip shoes in the comments if you're surprised by this hidden culprit of leg weakness. Habit number 4, skipping protein. I'm just not that hungry anymore. These 7 words might be the most dangerous sentence for your leg strength after 60, and it usually happens at breakfast. Frank, a 70-year-old retired postal worker, prided himself on staying active. He walked 2 miles every morning and did light gardening several times a week. But despite this activity, his leg strength continued to decline. During a conversation about his daily routine, I noticed something striking about his diet. Breakfast? Just coffee and toast, he told me. Maybe a banana. Lunch is usually soup or a small sandwich. I saved my appetite for dinner. What Frank didn't realize was that his body was literally consuming his own muscle tissue throughout the day. Here's why. After age 60, your body experiences a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. This means you need more protein than you did when you were younger just to maintain the same muscle mass. Yet studies show that 40% of seniors consume less protein than when they were younger, exactly the opposite of what their bodies need. The science is alarming. research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 65 who consumed inadequate protein experienced up to 3 times faster muscle loss than those who maintained appropriate protein intake. Dr. Stuart Phillips, a protein metabolism expert, explains after 60, your body becomes less efficient at using protein to build and maintain muscle. That's like having a leaky bucket. You need to add more water just to maintain the same level. This loss particularly affects your legs, which contain some of your largest muscle groups. Without adequate protein, your quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves gradually waste away, regardless of how much you exercise. So what's the solution? Distribute your protein intake throughout the day, starting with breakfast. Your body can only effectively use about 25-30 grams of protein at once for muscle maintenance. That means 3 meals with 25-30 grams of protein each is far more effective than eating all your protein at dinner. Frank was skeptical but willing to try. He began adding 2 eggs to his breakfast, about 12 g of his protein, and drinking a small glass of milk, another 8 g. At lunch, he started including a serving of Greek yogurt, 15 g, with his soup or sandwich. Within 3 months, not only did his legs feel stronger, but his daily walks became easier, and he could garden for longer periods without fatigue. The protein solution doesn't require complicated supplements or expensive foods. Simple, everyday options like eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, lean meats, fish, beans, and lentils can provide all the protein you need. Even if your appetite has diminished with age, focusing on protein-rich foods first at each meal can make a dramatic difference. Have you noticed your appetite changing as you've gotten older? Are you getting enough protein at breakfast? Type protein in the comments if you're going to boost your morning protein intake tomorrow. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment habit number 4 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Habit number 5, taking certain medications without compensating. This final habit is the one almost no doctor will tell you about, yet it might be silently destroying your leg strength right now, even if you're doing everything else right. Patricia, an active 67-year-old, did everything by the book. She walked daily, ate well, and stayed socially engaged. Yet over the course of a year, she noticed alarming weakness in her legs. "I feel like I'm doing everything right," she told me, frustration in her voice. "Why am I still getting weaker?" The answer was in her medicine cabinet. Certain medications, many commonly prescribed to seniors, can significantly undermine your leg strength. The problem isn't necessarily the medications themselves, which may be essential for your health, but rather failing to compensate for their muscle-weakening side effects. Here are the main culprits. Statins, cholesterol medications, can reduce muscle energy production and cause muscle pain, leading to reduced activity. Some blood pressure medications, particularly diuretics, can alter electrolyte levels that muscles need for proper function. Corticosteroids, used for inflammation, can accelerate muscle breakdown when used long-term. Certain diabetes medications may affect how muscles use energy. Some sleep aids and anxiety medications can decrease overall activity levels and reduce muscle-building hormones. Dr. Mariana Chaffetz, a geriatric pharmacist, explains the issue isn't just the direct effect of these medications on muscle tissue, it's that they often make people feel fatigued or slightly uncomfortable, leading to reduced activity, which then accelerates muscle loss. Here's the important part. I'm not suggesting you stop taking prescribed medications. Instead, the solution is to work with your doctor to implement a targeted strength plan that specifically counteracts these effects. For Patricia, we discovered her statin medication was contributing to her leg weakness. With her doctor's approval, she began a simple countermeasure routine, light resistance exercises specifically for her legs, 3 times weekly, and a CoQ10 supplement, which her doctor approved to help mitigate some statin side effects. Within 2 months, Patricia regained much of her lost strength while continuing to take her necessary medication. If you're on any long-term medications, here's what to do. Make a complete list of all medications you take, including over-the-counter drugs. Ask your doctor or pharmacist specifically about muscle-weakening side effects. Discuss a targeted exercise plan that can help counteract these specific effects. Consider asking about medication alternatives if muscle weakness is significant. Never discontinue any medication without your doctor's guidance. The key is awareness. Many doctors don't proactively mention these side effects, and many patients don't connect their leg weakness to their medications. Are you taking any medications regularly? Type "EDABOR" in the comments if you're going to check whether your medications might be affecting your leg strength. As we wrap up today, I want you to remember something important. The loss of leg strength isn't inevitable. You have far more control than you might think. Each of the habits we've discussed today, sitting too much, avoiding stairs, wearing the wrong footwear, skipping protein, and not compensating for medications, can be changed with simple daily choices. You don't need expensive equipment, complicated routines, or miracle supplements. Think about which of these habits resonated most with you. Perhaps you recognized yourself in Margaret's story about sitting too long, or in Frank's protein-deficient breakfast routine. The awareness you've gained today is the first step toward regaining the leg strength you deserve. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits surprised you the most? Do you have a story about regaining your strength that might inspire others? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this information valuable, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. It helps more people like you discover this important information. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more content designed specifically to help you thrive in your golden years. Remember, every step you take to maintain your leg strength isn't just about preventing falls or staying mobile. It's about preserving your independence and quality of life. After all, strong legs carry you to the moments that matter most. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Until next time, keep moving forward, one strong step at a time.